Just got to get it out of there. We had our annual picnic last Sunday. It was a hoot. For everybody that joined us, thank you so much. We had a great time. I don't know, 60, 70 people. It was great fun in the park. It should prove to be a wonderful video because of the marina in the background, and there was just
colors and the trees.
Beautiful. Oh,
I'm having fun editing that one.
Oh, fun, yeah.
Sound issues, so I'm trying to fix those before it's
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not abnormal. So.
It's an abnormal thing out of the park.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a great time. Thanks for everybody to be there. It was great fun. We did more of a drumming service. Oh, and by the way, if anybody knows what happens to one of Jan's drums, it never got back to her. So we'll probably say that a couple of more times. Actually, it's the one that was donated by Gail just before she passed. So we kind of like to get it back. I'm sure it was just a mistake. Somebody accidentally took it or whatever. But yeah, if we can get that back, that would be cool. You're doing the right thing when Bibles are disappearing from the church. We just cracked up when we noticed that, gosh, there aren't Bibles in some of the pews anymore, or there's one less. So that's cool. Keep it up. We're good with that. So, welcome to the Divine Fellowship. We are the only church in the universe that starts our services with the Doobie Brothers. I can guarantee that. And everybody on YouTube, nobody has told us that we're not. So I have to assume that we're the only ones. Got you new. What?
I'm waiting.
I know. Well, in the last 21 years that we've been doing this, I know that there's other churches now that start with stupid jokes. We've been doing it a long time, so I think it's a great idea. So, October calendars are out. That's great. On the October calendar, there is just a couple of changes. It has it, I think somewhere else, the information is that the tarot certification practice is actually the 10th. In fact, the calendar is correct. It's on the 17th. So, if you want to correct that. And then at the end of the month, everyone was going, well, should we do something? Oh, please don't turn that back on. Okay. We're doing a Halloween thing again this year. Only this year, we're going to do it during Sunday services. So, wear your Halloween costume, and we're having a snack luck afterwards. So, just lots of snacks. Yeah, well, if you want, yeah. Oh, God, I'm getting Snickers already. G-rated. Yeah, try to get them G-rated. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, G-rated and everything, if, I know we have a lot of former Latter-day Saints folks and some that come see us and then they go back, and that's cool. If you go back, no more 3-hour services. Cool. They've knocked an hour off of the whole thing starting in January, so Latter-day Saints services are only going to be 2 hours now. Cool. So, all right. T-shirts and sweatshirts that you may or may not want to get, because they actually say some pretty goofy things, but we should remove warning labels from everything and let the stupidity problem take care of itself. Someone. I was drinking at a bar, so I took a bus home. That may not seem like a big deal to you, but I've never driven a bus before. Grumpy Old Man Club, founding member, only happy when complaining. I thought getting older would take a whole lot longer. All right. We do have a couple patron saints by the name of George Carlin and John Lennon. And I don't remember where we started this, but it's been going on most of the time, so I'm not real sure how we did that. I guess I do sort of remember. The patron saint is kind of a little bit of a joke, but John Lennon always said some really, really cool things, and George Carlin was very disrespectful of most everything. But that's not a bad thing. It makes you think, and and especially institutions and things. That's why we love him. So, anyway, John said, "You are not your emotions. You have emotions, and you can master them." And George said, Cloud 9 gets all the publicity, but Cloud 8 actually is cheaper, less crowded, and has a better view. So keep that in mind. And you know, sometimes when I'm contemplating the universe, isn't it amazing how just these little things can just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and expanding, and and then all of a sudden they just decided to close up again. So. I couldn't resist. I love that. I love that. That's just truly one of my favorites. So, and no, it doesn't mean a cotton picking thing. So it's just fun. Let us never forget that every station in life is necessary, that each deserves our respect, that not the station itself, but the worthy fulfillment of its duties does honor to man. I like that. I had to read it a couple of times. That's a good one. Wasn't that boring? Helen Keller was the founding member of the American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU. So. And things that make you go, we were at Sageport the other morning, and they had the TV on, and they were doing a 1980s thing about TV and what was going on at the time, and they had a little clip on with Arsenio Hall, so it was fun. Okay, I cannot give you the formula for success, but I can give you the formula for failure, which is try to please everybody. Success is going from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. And success is not so much what you are, but rather what you appear to be. All right. I'm going to read a bunch of these. These are philosophies of life. I'll be reading these over the next few weeks. This one is for little children. No matter how hard, from little children, no matter how hard you try, you can't baptize cats. When your mom is mad at your dad, don't let her brush your hair. If your sister sits with you, don't hit her back. They always catch the second person. Hi, Toby. How are you this morning? Hi. Well, hello. Okay. You want to read too? You want to read? You don't want to read? Okay, yeah, I won't baptize her. Okay. You can't trust dogs to watch your food, right? So, don't squeeze. Don't sneeze when someone is cutting your hair. Never hold a dustbuster and a cat at the same time. You know, she was my straight person today. I mean, she never does this. Never does it. You can't hide a piece of broccoli in a glass of milk. Don't wear polka dot underwear under white shorts. The best place to be when you're sad is your grandpa's lap. So. All right. One last. Oh gosh, Phil, are you kidding me? Okay, at some point I might get in trouble here, but bear with me. A man was being tailgated by a stressed out woman on a busy boulevard. Suddenly, the light turned yellow just in front of him. He did the right thing, stopping at the crosswalk, even though he could have beaten the red light by accelerating through the intersection. The tailgating woman was furious, honked her horn, screaming in frustration as she missed her chance to get through the intersection, dropping her cell phone and makeup. As she was still in mid-rant, she heard a tap on the window and looked into the face of a very serious police officer. The officer ordered her to exit the car with her hands up. He took her to the police station where she was searched, fingerprinted, photographed, and placed in a holding cell. After a couple of hours, the policeman approached the cell and opened the door. She was escorted back to the booking desk where the arresting officer was awaiting with her personal effects. He said, "I'm very sorry for the mistake. You see, I pulled up behind your car while you were blowing your horn, flipping off the guy in front of you and cussing a blue streak at him. I noticed the 'What would Jesus do?' bumper sticker, the 'Choose Life' license plate holder, the 'Follow Me to Sunday School' bumper sticker, and the chrome-plated Christian fish emblem on the trunk. Naturally, I assumed you had stolen the car." follow that.
So disregard the icing or something that's on the clipboard.
It is icing.
I'll try to wipe that off. This is a communion calendar. It's a way for you to help be of service if you'd like to help out doing and putting together the communion that we share every Sunday. It's a really fast and easy task, and if it's your first time ever doing it and you're kind of leery of signing up, don't worry, we're always here to lend a helping hand. And so if you'd like to, we have several Sundays on October, and November is back behind the paper, so if you feel guided and you're going to be here for November, go ahead and start there. Just like I said, disregard the icing on the top. Well, there you go.
And just be glad we're not a mega
Thank you.
church, because some of the mega churches, before they got some of the big equipment and everything, took almost 3 days
Yeah.
to prepare communion.
Yep, I can
So you
remember
have
some of the
plenty of
churches
time
that
to
way.
figure it out.
Yeah, very easy, very easy. So the other good thing is the giveaway table. We have a small table back in our little kitchen area there, and then we reserve that for a giveaway table. So if you have items,
Small table.
it's a very small table. So with that said, there are some things that have been on that small table for a month or more. If you have placed something on the table and it has not been given away or taken by somebody else, please remove it and maybe take it to Goodwill, or see if you can donate it to someplace else. Also, there is a cat. What is that called back there? It's like a catwalk.
Yeah, catwalk. Yeah.
We didn't know this, but it is a giveaway. So if somebody has like an indoor cat that you'd like to let outside, but you don't want it to run free, it's a gently used, I guess, catwalk. So please, if you want it, take it. If not, whoever brought it, please remove it maybe by next week, because it's been here for a couple weeks. So anyway, thank you.
And I took so long getting ready this morning that I didn't get a chance to pick the song that we're about ready to sing to. So Janice did. So I have no idea what she picked. So if you like it, that's cool.
Good morning. I've been asked to read the prayer for today. If you join me in prayer. Dear Jesus, awake me, bring me into the light of love. Shake me out of the shielded awareness. Stir within me the desire to awaken fully. Remove fear so that I may see more. Remove doubt so that I may perceive more. Enhance my perceptions so that I may sense more. Restore the light of love within me so that I may know more. Shield me with the light of love so that I may be more. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Prayers were perfect. I have a bit of a cough. I apologize. Today, you all got the handout, and I'll supply something for Facebook so that you have the worksheet too. Because I want to talk to us today about the crud we say to ourselves. You know, we saying, I want to see clearly now. I can see clearly now. And boy, that was fun. We were singing, everything felt really good. But the truth of it is, the mind, left to itself, will run into an old pattern, and usually that pattern is negative. And the reason for that is we're kind of genetically geared to find what's wrong so that we can be safe. And that's wonderful if you're trying to outsmart a saber-toothed tiger or something. And it's good in traffic because you want to know what's wrong so you can keep yourself safe. But in the rest of our life, that negative thinking is harmful, exhausting, draining. So there's a cure for that, but it's not easy. It's very simple. And the hard part is being aware, waking up to it, having the awareness. Once we have the awareness, then it's easy, because then we can make a new choice when we find ourselves in that either we're ruminating about the past, or we're worrying about the future, or we're just downright accusing ourselves of being a terrible person. How many people here have never made a mistake? Okay, the second question is, how many people here are delusional? Okay. So we all make mistakes. We just do. And the thing is that we don't have to be perfect. Who said we had to be perfect? We think if we're not perfect, then we're bad. And then the brain kicks in with this automatic functioning system that says, oh, I need to show you every time you're bad. And unfortunately, when we're looking for when we're not good enough, what does the universe serve up for us? Opportunities to see we're not good enough. And so what do we see? We see we're not good enough. There it is. Of course I'm not good enough. See, there it is again. And there may be 50 times we did something wonderful, beautiful, and kind. It doesn't get registered. Because our search engine, the automatic search engine that we've got plugged in, is searching for bad. And that's what we're going to find. That's what we'll see. Well, our process today, Healing Sunday, first Sunday of the month is Healing Sunday. I try to bring to you a process. Process today, we may not finish the whole thing today, but I want us to get it started, and you might want to finish this when you get home. Because each of our chakra points, each of the portals by which we perceive our world, we perceive different information. From your base chakra, the bottom of your body, down to your feet, that's where we perceive how our right to survive. That's our survival. Second chakra in your belly, that's how you perceive your world, your tribe. If it's a work environment, how do you fit in? What's your role that you play? Your solar plexus, this is your courage. This is who you are. Your individuation. Who am I? How do I function? Heart space, this is about how you perceive your world and how you perceive love and how you perceive appreciation and compassion. Throat chakra is truth. How you speak your truth, what you hear is truth. Your third eye, this is how you perceive intuitive information. Crown chakra is your divine connection. Now the chakras are linked. So your crown chakra and your base chakra are linked. People who have survival issues also don't have their crown chakra hooked in. So if you're in a cycle of suicide or a cycle of really beating yourself up and not wanting to be here anymore, your crown chakra and your base chakra are out of whack. No shame, no blame. They're just out of whack. You might have given them wrong information, or your search engine may be plugged into something that is not appropriate for you and that is not serving you to allow you the opportunity to thrive. That makes sense? Second chakra and your third eye, these are hooked together. So how you perceive your role in your world and how you perceive information coming to you on a psychic level, on an intuitive level, those are linked. If you've had someone religiously beat you up, telling you that you're bad and terrible and shame and blame and all that sort of thing, that's going to fit into in your belly as far as how you perceive your role, how you function in life. You know, and we have all these roles that we play. We play the lost child or the abandoned one or the hero. We can play the hero. We can play all kinds of roles. But depending on how we fit, how we perceive spiritual truth is going to be how we respond in our world. Your solar plexus and your throat chakra are linked. So how you perceive yourself how you have courage to move forward in your life, your own true self will tell you what's truth and will give you the power to speak your truth and also give you the power to hear somebody else's truth without having to make you change. If it's something that stirs you to change, do it. But if somebody else's opinion about something is different than yours, it could just be their opinion. You don't have to change your opinion to suit them because you have the courage enough to be who you really are. And then the heart chakra links them all together. This is about living and being love. And these points of interest can get clogged, the filter can get clogged. Do you see the sign on the screen? Please change the filter. Please change your filter. I'm going to give you the opportunity to change your filter. Apologize. So, I want to share with you, I was laying in bed Wednesday, was it Wednesday night or? Get rid of that. We'll just have to struggle. I was laying in bed, and this, I can't really say it's a poem, prose, whatever, came through, and I thought, oh, I hope I can remember that in the morning. So sure enough, I did. I love that when that happens. Sometimes stuff comes just as you're falling asleep and gone. But this one stayed. So this is called You Think. You think you're powerless, when in fact you've merely reached the limits of your will. Divine power has not yet been tapped. You think you're weak, when in fact you have endured great tribulation with honor and grace. You think you're afraid, when in truth you have shown extraordinary courage to get this far. Are you feeling that already? You think that you're lost, when in truth you've lifted anchor and set sail for undiscovered lands. You think you're adrift, when in truth currents of divine inspiration guide you toward safety. You think you're worthless, when in truth your value to divine source exists beyond words. Your thinking causes you great pain. Truth brings you courage, resources, and unbounded love. That makes sense? Isn't that spoke to my soul quite a bit. I hope it blessed you as well. So we're going to look at our chakras. You have your hand out there, and we're going to look at the running filter, and I've dubbed that the lie, because it may not be true. If it's negative, it's probably not true. If it's negative, it's probably not true. Because the truth is, you're a living being of light, and everything else is just stuff, right? So what do we say to ourselves? I'm going to share with you mine, what I wrote for myself. And you'll probably relate to this. I'm trying to decide whether to start at the crown or start at the base. I'm going to start at the base. So a lie, or the pattern that frequently runs for me that I have to choose out from is I have to do it myself because no one will do it for me. Short version, no one will help me. No one will help me. Now there were probably life experiences that taught me that. But all those times where people did help me didn't get registered because my filter was clogged with this belief. It's hard to move forward in life when you're clogged with no one will help me. I just got through doing a class yesterday with the total class number is 38. I have help. People willingly help me. And so I've had to I have overcome this. But it's easy for me to fall back into that and think, oh, no one's going to help me. Because that's an old filter. Somebody has I don't want to, yeah. If a coughing fit happens, I'll do that. Thank you. Huh? See, one more, help. I have help. I have help. Help is everywhere. My second chakra. You're just a dumb, defective girl who is receiving punishment. Whoa. You're just a dumb, defective girl receiving punishment. Wow. That hurts. Ouch, doesn't it? Solar plexus. Girls can't make decisions. It's not okay to be a girl. See a pattern kind of emerging, don't you? Heart. It's always good to be kind. Now that on the surface sounds really good, but sometimes kindness is not what's necessary. Sometimes it's important to have clear boundaries. Sometimes love says no. Sometimes love says enough. But what was filtering in my heart is I have to be kind all the time. I have to be kind all the time no matter what, even if people are out of line. Does that make sense? Throat chakra. Keep your opinions to yourself. No one wants to hear what you have to say. When I stand in the back of the church, this one will come up. And I address it and say, maybe no one wants to hear what I have to say. So I'm going to step aside and I'm going to let Spirit speak through me. And I make a power walk up here out of choice. Because my heart would rather run out the door. Because this is powerful stuff. Our lives get guided by these filters that we have in place. Third eye, I'm not good enough. I don't get it. I'm stupid. Those things right there. This one, crown chakra, God doesn't love me. Now, what kind of person would that make me? That gives you a false directive, and that's at the bottom. My false directive was work hard and maybe you'll earn the good things in life. Well, that's no fun. That's no fun. So pay attention to your own filters. Let's look at your filters. What's the truth? I'm going to start with the crown. I'm an open channel of spirit communication for myself and others. Feels a whole lot better, doesn't it? My perceptions are keen and accurate. I honor my own truth. I give and receive love in equal measure. I embrace divine femininity. I'm awakening to my true family. In my base chakra, I am lovingly supported in all things. Doesn't that feel better? Much more powerful. And here's the spiritual directive that relates to that. My sacred path is powerful and honorable. So what are you running on? What's the theme of your life? That's your spiritual directive that you're running on. What's the theme of your life that you're running on right now? I want you to ponder that for a second and see what you come up with. And while you're doing that, normally I do this in a workshop, so it's kind of hard to do it in a church service, because in a workshop then I can work with you and get past the obstacle that you're looking at. But I'm going to touch base on that here in just a minute. Finally, this comes from Ephesians chapter 6. Finally, be strong in the Lord and the strength of His might. Put on the full armor of God, that you may be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil. For the struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. Your biggest enemy is not out there. It's what you're telling yourself in here. And what we tell ourselves in here manifests out there over and over again. So, full armor, take on the therefore, whenever you see therefore in the Bible, read what is therefore. Therefore, take up the full armor of God. Oh, you mean there's armor here? Yes. There's a way to protect yourself. We're going to reinstall some new information. And then we're going to install this armor. So the things that you have that are filtering your chakras right now that may be inappropriate or negative, they're there just because you're trying to protect yourself. We don't want to be hurt by other people. We don't want to be hurt by life. So we throw this BS stuff in there, thinking it's going to protect us. Does it protect us? No. It just brings more of the crap that we just are trying to get rid of. So if we can get rid of that and put on this full armor, then we'll be completely protected. And then we'll be able to walk a sacred path powerfully and clearly with intent. All right? So here's the full armor. Gird your loins with truth. Okay, your loins are your lower body. That's your second and base chakra. And those chakras, you gird this with truth. What's the truth of who you are? Not the lie you're telling yourself. What's the real truth? Look past the lie and find the truth. So let's do that first. So that's your base and second chakra. So what's your base chakra telling you? What would you like it to say? Let's say that. What would you like your base chakra to communicate to you? It's about survival. It's about the right to live, the right to exist. What could you say about that for yourself? Yeah.
I am living the life of the love that I am.
I'm living the life of the love that I am. Wonderful. I walk in beauty and grace. I walk in power and truth. So it's all about moving forward, being in this life. I thrive. I am. Beautiful, all said. Got that? Your second chakra. This is about being in your tribe, being your, knowing who you are. What's the role you're playing? What would you like that one to say? We all know the stupid stuff our negative part of our mind tries to tell us. Yeah.
I am one with all that is.
I am one with all it is. I am brave. I love that. Awesome. I'm enough. I am at home no matter where I am. I love that. Beautiful. Very good, very good. And that comes from truth. Speak the truth to yourself. Now here's the thing. If you don't feel you're brave, your BS meter is going to go, that's not true. But you can say, you can lead yourself into that, I am becoming brave. Okay, I'm becoming brave. Then if you tell yourself a lie about, life is too hard, I don't even know why I'm even bothering, your bullshit meter is going to peg and tell you this is not your truth anymore. Truth is, I'm becoming brave. I'm walking a sacred path. I'm doing the deal. Suit up, show up. Right? Same thing with second chakra. I walk a sacred path. I am, the world is open to me. I move safely in my world. Make sense? Okay. The next thing also in verse 14 is having put on the breastplate of righteousness. So this breastplate covers the heart space and the solar plexus. So let's look at the solar plexus. So your solar plexus is about your courage, your truth. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you really? Who are you really? Not the lies that you've told yourself before, but who are you really? What would you like that one to say? I am a loving being of light. Safe to be me. Did you have one, Joe? I'm a child of God.
Yeshua and I are one.
Yeshua and I are one. Okay? Do you get the sense of that? Heart chakra. For me, it was I give and receive love in equal measure. What would you like your heart chakra to say to you? Or prove to you? Because this is how you're perceiving your world, and this is how you're projecting into your world. This is what you're going to experience out there. Whatever you hold within you is going to be experientially available to you to prove it to you. The universe will set it up. It's like whatever we get our head wrapped around, our mind fixated on, the universe goes, oh, look, they're pondering that a lot. Let's give them more of that. They must like that. Nobody loves me. Oh, let's give you more. Nobody loves you. Make sense? So what do you want this filter to be like? What do you want? I have trusting, supportive relationships. That would be a wonderful heart space thing. What else might you say? Yes, sir.
I am valued.
I am valued. Awesome. Beautiful, yeah.
It's okay to be loved.
It's okay to be loved. Wow. Yeah. Doesn't that feel wonderful? And when we have that in our heart space and we set ourselves up for that, and we have this breastplate of righteousness that protects that truth of who we are. Now, what's the breastplate of righteousness? It's doing the right thing. And sometimes doing the right thing is not comfortable. Sometimes doing the right thing is saying, no, I'm not doing that. Sometimes it's saying, yeah, I used to do that for you, but I'm uncomfortable doing that anymore. Or truth is, I've changed, I'm not willing to do that now. And that protects you from diminishing who you are and short-circuiting your love. Diminishing the love that you are by throwing it away on people that aren't receptive to it. That's a whole nother subject, is it not? Your throat chakra is the next one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. Actually, verse 15 talks about having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Okay, so this is base chakra. What your feet are doing is in your foot chakra. So that's preparation. Preparation. So have a plan, walk your truth. What is your truth? What are you walking? What are you doing? In verse 16, in addition to all, taking up the shield of faith. Shield of faith we just talked about, didn't we? No, we didn't. Shield of faith. With which you will be able to extinguish all the flaming missiles of the evil one. The flaming missiles of the evil one are the crappy things you say to yourself. And the fastest way to scrunch those out is to have your truth. And have this shield of faith. And what is shield of faith? It's like, we don't care what you believe here at the Divine Fellowship. We care that you believe. Your faith protects you. And most of all, your faith protects you from your own self. So have faith in something greater than yourself that can and will support and care for you. That's like out of the big book, is it not? Take the helmet of salvation. That's that thing that protects your third eye and your crown chakra. This is you are safe in the arms of God. Know that you are. Know that. If you think you have to be perfect, you might want to check your BS meter, because that's not true. You don't have to be perfect. The one that had to be perfect did it. You don't have to do that. You will walk this perfected path, walk in this path of perfection that's been set, but you don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect, thank God, because I wouldn't get very far in that one. So your throat, honor your truth. What do you want your throat chakra to say to you? What do you want your throat chakra to experience? Yes?
You know my truth, walk my truth.
I know my truth, I walk my truth. Awesome. It's safe to speak your truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
I speak from my heart and not through my ego.
Beautiful. So that whenever your ego does show up, it goes, oh, look, my ego is showing up again. And you can make a new choice. You can make a new choice. It's all about choice. Choice was the first gift God gave humanity. Second gift was clothing. I'm kind of glad for that one. More ways than one. But anyway, And then there were many others after that. For me personally, I'm a follower of the way, and I think Jesus was the best gift of all. But the first gift was choice. You can choose. And your third eye, did we do the third eye yet? I'm getting so confused. I get to, huh? Oh, so you've got the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. So arm yourself with the truth. So the good book here says you're a wonderful, amazing human being, and that God loves you. You want to argue with that? You can. That's a choice. You get to. Might want to look at that. So we covered all of them? When you have all of these in your own words, what suits for you, then your filters are clear. Your filters are open. And your filters will allow you to see the truth of who you really are. This loving being of light, this walking around in a physical form, having physical experiences so that your soul can learn. Life isn't here to punish you or test you so that, I'm going to send the lightning bolt on that one. No. This is so that we can find our way and we can develop our soul, our spiritual being, into being more love and more light. And lastly, with prayer and petition, pray at all times. After services, I'll often say, may your life be a prayer. Prayer isn't something that you sit down and, okay, now I got to get... That's wonderful if you can and you do that. That's a great thing. But sometimes a prayer is a prayer on the fly. And I think prayers on the fly are heard just as fast as the ones that we sit down and intentionally do the prayer thing. God help me. Man, that one's heard. How many times have you said that one and had that answer right away? Right away. Make sense? Then it says, be on the alert. Be on the alert because this stuff is sneaky. This stuff is sneaky. It sneaks in, and the next thing you know, there you are, thinking those miserable things about yourself. And hopefully your bullshit emir's checking in, and you get this visceral response of, oh, wait, that's not really true anymore for me. Make sense? It's important. This is really, really important. True spiritual directive is what you're here to do. How many people we struggle with, I don't know what my purpose is. Well, your purpose isn't a specific. Your purpose is this generalized application of the truth through your chakra filters. So it's not like I came to build a building and have it stand for 50,000 years. No, that's not what you came here to do. You came to be an expression of love and light in your own unique way. And the spiritual directive is how you do that. How you do that. For me, I wrote, my sacred path is powerful and honorable. What would you like your directive to be? And guess what? You can change tomorrow if you don't like it. Power of choice. What would you like yours to be? Yes?
I am peace, being, light.
I am peace, being, and light. I love that. That's beautiful. No effort in that. And whatever he chooses to put his hands to, he brings that energy into it. And whatever he chooses to do, the universe, God, divine, higher source, will bring that to his awareness. In every circumstance, it's going to be fed to him. You got struggles with people? What's your directive? Change your directive and your relationships change, your work changes, your efforts change. It's powerful stuff. What would you like your directive to be? Another suggestion. Yes?
I am lightful truth.
I am lightful truth. Wow. And there's no efforting in that. We talked about efforting before, about sometimes we effort about something. Well, I've got to get this, and I've got to do that, and I've got to do this other thing, and nothing ever gets done because we're busy efforting about it. There's no effort. It just is. But that directs everything. That directs all of your perceptions. And when all of our perceptions are directed by a divine and inspired expression, everything is easy. Does it not? What else could you put in that spot? Yes? I am open to life, love, and truth. That's pretty awesome. That's just darn awesome. I might write that one down. Yes, ma'am.
I am truly loved and lovable.
Beautiful. I love those I am statements. They're beautiful. Yes.
One that I have used is, I can't screw this up.
I can't screw this up.
Got it. Love never gives up.
Love never gives up. That might be a better one. That's true. Yes, did you have one?
I wrote this at the bottom of the paper, but it says kindness, love, light, or the key to life.
Kindness, love,
And life.
and light are the key to life. Yes. Beautiful. And when you get up in the morning, if that's your directive, you're going to be kind, love, and light. Everything is going to permeate from this point. Everything is going to shift from this point. This is going to feed your soul. Let's not feed the fear. Your choice. The you think thing that I read earlier. You can think that if you'd like, or you can choose to think a new way. You can choose to perceive life a different way. You might want to ponder that a bit. Let's do a guided meditation, shall we? Oh, question? Comment?